Hi. Hello, everybody. And almost the end of the month. And wait, January, February, March, April, May. 5 months. I actually thought it was 6 months. 1 second. One second. Just take that down. So I actually thought it was we were in the 6 months because I've been racing against time, and it's pretty exciting times, in my opinion. What we're in the 5th month, and I'm hoping that by June next month we will have launched the new eWork Experience platform. Now, you've all been hearing, I'm very sure you've all been hearing about AI, artificial intelligence, like the new buzzword now. And just to give you a quick update, in simple layman terms, what is artificial intelligence? So just think of the ability to get applications to intelligently perform actions and engage and interact with human beings without without necessarily the input of without you actually inputting things. So, for example, you go onto a site, it recognizes who you are, and then it says, "Hi Tom, how are you? How can I help you today? I noticed that you logged in 3 days ago, and I noticed that you the last video you watched was on this particular program. You should be watching this video next." That's artificial intelligence. All right, or for example, you go on Google and you search for poodle, and then you type white poodle with spots on it. It would actually find your white poodle with spots on it. Why? Because Google's AI is very good at actually recognizing images, being able to tell the difference between a white poodle and a black poodle, and then being able to have interesting conversations, being able to, sorry, being able to have interesting conversations, So, for example, you call support, and now you're actually speaking to a robot, but you don't know you're speaking to a robot. So you think you're speaking to a human being, but you don't actually know that you're speaking to a robot. And that's very much where every company is going now. And why? Well, let's think about it. You are you're in a much better place to perform a lot much better. So deliver overall better performance. You're able to further improve customer satisfaction by being available and accessible anytime, anywhere, regardless of whatever platform you're on. But then also is the cost factor, the fact that you can drive down your operational cost and then use the data to improve overall operational efficiency, which is very important. So I'll give you an example. I can't actually do it now because I'm doing it on my phone. I'm actually using my phone to record, but we're creating a bot. And that bot literally checks if you have subscription or if you don't have subscription, and then removes you from our instant messaging group. So our eWork Experience platform is all about gaining practical work experience anytime, anywhere, from the convenience of your home and available to the multi-screen user. That is what the platform is all about. And it's not even imagine, that's what we're doing now. So imagine having to check, there are 1,915 people on the platform. Now imagine having to check each person's subscription and then removing them from the group, and then maybe you remove somebody by mistake and they start complaining, and it's just a complete nightmare. Now, what if we could create a bot that literally checks your subscription and keeps you on the platform? And if you run out of subscription, sends you a notification, you're running out of subscription, you'll be removed in 3 days, so that you can renew your subscription before you actually get removed. And if you don't, then obviously you're removed. And then instead of removing you totally, it puts you on the announcement group, so that you're still within the company, but you're not active within the company. Now, I actually pay about we have four after-sales support people. Now, if you think about it, if I'm able to do that, that gets rid of them. Now, they probably shouldn't be watching this video, but the truth of the matter is that drives down my operational cost, improves overall operational efficiency, and improves customer satisfaction, because the customer knows that everything is basically being automated. But there's a lot I can also do with that information. This is where artificial intelligence now starts to take play. I can start to study the customer's activity. I can start to study how often they subscribe. I can start to study if they've gotten a job. I can study the add-ons that they have. For example, if a candidate is on the CRM group, on the big data group, and on the business intelligence group, I have a clear idea of where this candidate is going, and I can tailor specific materials to that candidate. So by learning, so it's all about artificial intelligence is all about deep learning, machine learning. So I learn, and as I learn, I then create algorithms to further improve interaction and engagement with that candidate by helping that candidate get exactly what they want. So you can see how we are applying AI within our business. We're also applying it on the eWork Experience platform as well. For example, studying candidates, what successful candidates are doing, and then logging that as best practice, and then creating an algorithm to actually encourage candidates who are just coming on board to follow that best practice. So, for example, if a candidate starts to follow a pattern that is similar to another successful candidate, we can engage that candidate and say, "Hey, did you know that Peter, who got a job 6 months ago as a digital BA, actually listened to this video, and also did this and joined this project? I suggest you join that project. Would you like to join this project?" Yes. So we think that would improve our success story. So you can see why AI is very important right now. So where am I going with this? Well, we've been screaming data for quite a while. Now, bear in mind, one of the things that we are also aware of is GDPR. Because this is profiling, whether you like it or not. This is us sitting down and profiling our customers, which now means that we have to now take GDPR. We're GDPR compliant now, but we now have to take GDPR to a whole different level entirely, because we're profiling people, and we need to be compliant. So one of the things I've been telling a lot of people is this: look, it's all intertwined now. Everything. We're very much at the early stage, the foundational stage of digital transform of the digital age. Companies are expected to have transformed by now. Any company that's not transformed by now is in trouble, in my opinion. In fact, basically, just if you're working for that company, get ready to hand in your notice. They won't last long. So companies should be looking to optimize. They should be taking advantage of innovation accelerators, things like cognitive systems, AI, next-gen security system, Internet of Things, and stuff like that. So we're doing that. Well, as a company, we've digitally transformed. We're now moving towards taking advantage of innovation accelerators. So being able to use digital technology to accelerate innovation and basically find better ways to integrate into our customers' lifestyle and disrupt a market that nobody else is trying to disrupt, and establish our place within this industry, the work experience industry, which is absolutely critical for us. And but the benefit to you is the experience that you're gaining. The benefit to you is the competitive advantage that you have over everyone else, which is absolutely important for you. So going forward into the month of June, July, August, throughout the rest of this year, we'll be focusing heavily on AI. So you will find that when you come on the platform, machine learning, deep learning will be at the heart of everything we're doing. We're about to finalize our data analytics and business intelligence training now, and GDPR is also about to finalize. Why are we doing this? Because look, you can't, if you don't have any data analytics skills, if you don't have an understanding of data, then what are you doing with AI? Because the bedrock of AI is data. So it's something you have to do whether you like it or not. If not, you're gonna find yourself irrelevant in the market. And I always tell people, this thing is not about it's not about I'm not an IT person. Those days are gone. If you don't have a smartphone, if you're not using applications on your smartphone, if you're not using technology to get on with your daily life, then you are not an IT person. But if you are, then you are. And customers need to be able to interact with the digital savvy customer. And if you don't have experience in that area, then you're not getting a job, period. So my recommendation to everybody, my advice to everybody is build your digital expertise. We are living in the digital age. We used to say the world has gone digital. The world is digital. and the most thriving economy right now is the digital economy, and it cuts across all sectors. Just Google digital transformation, government sector, digital transformation, healthcare, digital transformation, banking, digital transformation. What do you call the air? Oh, it's gone off my head. But it cuts across all sectors, oil and gas, you name it. Why? Because technology is seen as an enabler rather than something at the back end that we just need to do for the sake of doing. Those days are gone. It is an enabler. So my recommendation to everybody is, if not, you're going to be in trouble. Sorry, that's my head of tech. What's up, Anton?
Peter, I have sent you two links. Could you please confirm first or second payment?
Okay, good. So right now we're building the eWork Experience platform. There's the bot. I wish I could show it to you. All right. So, good. So welcome to Career Insights eWork platform. Download brochure. Okay, good. And then we look forward to celebrating. Okay, watch the video. But where's the interaction, Anton? Where's the interaction? So basically, so this is default This is default message, right?
Yes, it's welcome. All this complex 6 messages. It's welcome messages.
Okay, good. So then we want to check your subscription. So in order for you to join the eWork 4.0 group, enter your email address. We check your subscription.
This project will be in the bottom. It's another part. I want to confirm this welcome.
I'm good with this. This is fantastic. Well done.
I sent you 2 variants. Check with the second variant.
Okay, good. So let me see if I can show you this. 1 second. So this is quite cool, actually. If you can check it. Now come on, now I prefer the second variant because the second variant actually shows the video. It actually embeds it. That makes sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, if we'll send, it will be a lot of messages.
Stop worrying about that. As long as they follow, it's okay. That's why the embed video works, because now I know I have to watch this, right?
Yes.
Good.
But then brochure will be somewhere in the top, and we'll see video 1, video 2, and I'm not sure that user will notice that there is download brochure button, and user will know that they have possibility to check brochure.
Yeah. So here's the thing. That's a call to action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, welcome to Career Insights eWork Experience platform. Over 5,000 download that brochure. Candidate calls to action. Follows the call to action. Download brochure. Yeah. Right after they've done that, then you have we look forward to celebrating. Blah. They watch that video. Then good. Then the next thing is activate your join the community. Right. So when I click on.
No. I shared my screen. Tell me please when you could see it.
Huh?
I shared my screen. Tell me please when you could see it.
Okay, good. I'm seeing your screen now. 1 second.
Okay, so I have start button. User click start button. Boom, and they receive welcome blah blah blah. Download brochure, and then big blog and another big blog. And in the same time, there is button in the bottom where user could check.
Yeah. So this call to actions, these 2 call to actions at the bottom is join the community, standard, right?
Join the community in the bottom. Join the community here will be.
Yeah, there. And then what's the second button here?
I don't know. Just it's about
how it works. The how it works video.
You're right. How it works.
Yeah,
here.
Good. So join the community, how it works, and then
how it works. It will be video link, and links I could set only here.
Okay.
No. If we'll show in such way, in this,
yes,
then we set it in the bottom.
Yeah, so that's good.
Cool.
All right. Excellent.
Yep, done. Thank you.
All right, catch you later. Bye-bye. All right, so what you're looking at there, let me just quickly, what you're looking at there is our bot. So we're creating our instant messaging bot. Now, you all know, I think I mentioned this to a lot of people. If you're following my KGGWA group on Telegram, one of the things, I hate when these things just pop up. One of the things that basically the future is mobile social. Every business needs to have a mobile social first strategy. Why? Well, think about it. Everyone is socializing online. Everybody is socializing online. Everybody is on their phone constantly, and you have 30% of the world population on Facebook. That means that is a continent on its own. You know, Facebook is a continent on its own, and 88% of people that access Facebook access it via their mobile phone. So 30%, 88% of 30% of the population is mobile social. I hope it makes sense, and that is growing. You know, and if you as a business are not able to integrate into those customers' lifestyle, you're losing that market, whether you like it or not. So instead of you hoping that a customer will pick up the phone and call you and find out about your business, you want to find a way to make sure that you can reach your target audience through the social media platforms that they use. You know, you want to be able to, sorry, I don't know what just happened here. You want to be able to reach your target audience through the social media platforms that they use, and then you want to be able to start interacting with them. But the truth of the matter is that, let me give an example. We have 300,000 fans on Facebook. Facebook has been reducing our fan base by I think 100 every single day because they want us to spend money. We refuse to spend money. Why? Because we have invested in collating our data and we are harnessing our data. So I don't need to spend money with you until when I need to spend money with you. One of the things I keep advising people, you know, when you advertise, you don't just want to advertise. You want to advertise to collect data because you're never going to convert that customer right away. It's not going to happen. You know, there's a process. There's what you call the digital marketing funnel. You know, there's a process of awareness, consideration, engagement, conversion, and then customer advocacy at the end of it. You know, so that's your you continually building relationship with the customer to keep generating more revenue. So the last thing you want to do is to advertise hoping someone will buy. No, you advertise to collect data. Then you start to nurture that customer. Now, when you collect the data, what tends to happen is that you're now having to get salespeople to talk to those people. What if you could actually have them talk with, well, they would think they're talking to a human being, but they're talking to a bot. And that bot is interacting with them, answering every possible question they can ask. Everybody chats for, WhatsApp has launched WhatsApp for business. So everybody knows that mobile social is the way forward. So we have to be in there. We're always at the forefront of the technology. So we have to be in there. So what we've done is created our own instant messaging application whereby the moment you see our ad or whatever it is and you engage with us, you can start talking to somebody. Well, you think you're talking to somebody, but you're talking to a bot. And that bot will answer every possible question you have about the platform. And it can actually enable you to join the platform. So you can say, do you want to be added to the platform for the next 7 days to see how it all works? Yes. Now we can now engage with that particular candidate. And if it's a candidate who's already on the platform and they just renew their subscription, because we have a lot of people coming back on the platform. So somebody will get a job. They will think, I don't need career science anymore. Bugger off. And then they realize that, oh my God, I'm out of touch. So they want to come back and renew their subscription. Well, instead of them picking up the phone, they can do that automatically online. So imagine on the instant messaging app, you're actually entering your credit card details, paying for the service, getting subscription success, and then as a result of that, you are back on the platform. So that seamless customer experience is very, very important. A lot of people don't know this, but digital is very much the focal point of digital is to deliver the best customer experience. Because if customers can't use your service, then they would not patronize your business. It's just that simple. And you have to understand that you are living in the digital age, and you need to you're communicating with digitally savvy upward mobile customers, and the ability to integrate into their lifestyle is absolutely critical to success. So enough lecture on businesses. Let us now move to you, the candidate. So you want to get a job as a project manager. You are hopeless if you don't have any digital skills, or if you have no understanding of digital trends, the application of digital technology, and how it would add value to a business. Why? Because you can't manage what you don't understand. You want to be a business analyst, but you have no digital skills. In fact, you're not data driven. You don't know anything about business intelligence or artificial intelligence. You are completely useless at that point in time to any company. Why? Because how on earth are you going to analyze what you don't understand? Your job is to justify, translate, and communicate. To justify why we should do something, translate it from communicate it back and forth. That is what you're supposed to do. So if you don't understand it, you can't manage it and you can't analyze it. It's as simple as that. We don't need to beat about the bush, and you've got to be where you are able to get the experience. And one of the important things we tend to tell people, and we tell people this every single time, you can have all the qualification in the world. It is completely irrelevant if you have no experience to go with it, because companies are not hiring you because you have qualification. If that was the case, all of us with masters, all of us with PhDs will have a job. In fact, the moment we finish university, all of us will be employed. The reason that we are not, well, I wouldn't say we anymore, I would say certain people, but the reason we were not in those days because we had no experience. But the moment we had experience, everybody wanted to talk to us. Everyone wanted to pay us £500-600 a day. So it's common sense. You don't need to try and figure out what I'm trying to say and figure out if what I'm trying to say makes sense. It's common sense. It's just blatantly obvious. So you've got to be ready. You've got to have the skills required for you to succeed. And that is what I keep banging on. That's what I keep screaming on every single time. And I'm sure most of you watching this are my fans. You've seen the success stories. Somebody called me the other day and said, these success stories, there's so many of them that it's hard to believe if they're real. And I said, well, we've been around for over 10 years. We've been posting these success stories non-stop for over 10 years, almost every single day. I think by now I should be in jail if it's not real. Why? Because that would be the biggest fraud ever. In fact, our DBT awards that we hold every year, where we celebrate everyone's success in their hundreds, that I should be in jail. And then the second thing I said, look, if in doubt, try it out. It's okay. We don't, while other places will charge you before you show up, where our doors are open, come and see for yourself. The reason why we open our doors up is because we want to separate the boys from the men. This platform is not a place you're going to be spoon-fed. You would have had, I always tell people, when you ask people about our company, make sure you know who you are asking. Make sure that the person advising you qualifies to advise you. If you're expecting to be spoon-fed, this is the wrong place for you. Do not come here. This is called work experience. It is not a training center. So work experience means that you come here, you get your hands dirty, you go through the stress and the pain of not understanding it, of struggling to get your head around it, getting people to guide you through, constantly attending meetings, getting involved in projects, constantly reading and building your expertise in an area that you've never done before, and then become an expert, lead a team, apply for a job, get a mentor to help you, and then get a job. That requires work on your end, whether you like it or not. So the problem is not a lot of people can handle that. And that's why we like to open our doors open to everybody. Come and see for yourself, so that if it's not for you, get out. Don't bother coming here at all. Why? Because you affect our success story. People like you are not good for our business, So the success stories you read, and when you read those success stories, you see people thanking people. You see someone saying, thank you, Oludare, thank you this person, thank you that person for all your support, the sleepless nights and stuff like that. There's a caliber of people that are bred for success stories, and there are people that don't make excuses. There are people that understand that you have to do what you have to do to get what you want. What you want. There are people that understand that life is not about, hey, miracle's gonna happen. You have to make it work. So those are the kind of people that we are expecting. And I told the lovely lady, I said, look, it's very simple. When you ask people about us, make sure that the person you're asking qualifies to advise you. If you're asking somebody who's been on the platform and basically didn't put in the work, they would only advise you based on their own experience. That's why experience is very important. If you take advice from somebody who came on the platform who's gotten a job, they will advise you based on their own experience. And you can see that the experiences are different, hence why companies pay for experience. This is why they would not just hire you. They want to interview you, listen to what it is you have done, ask you qualifying questions, make sure that you have the right experience to do the job before they hire you. I hope this is making sense, and if you can kind of take on board what I'm saying, understand what I'm saying, then it's really a personal choice, it's really a personal choice. And I said something the other day. I was actually trying to create a video, but I didn't get time to do that video. So I'm going to actually do that video after this, because I don't want to jam pack too many things into one. Okay, so I'm just going to stop this video now, then I'll start another video. And that other video is very much looking at, you need to take stock on your life. You need to sit down and ask yourself, In the next 10 years, will my future self be thanking me for today? And I'll share my story with you as well. And 10 years ago, will your 10 years ago, if you met your past self 10 years ago, will your past self thank you for today? These are very important questions. It sounds kind of cliche. It sounds like what you're on about. But if you sit down and really think about it, it is very important that you answer these questions. I recommend that everybody has a multiple split personality disorder in respect to having the future you talking to you, you now talking to you, the past 5 years of you talking to you, the past 10 years of you talking to you, last week of you talking to you, and yesterday of you talking to you. Imagine all of that personality, all of those personas in your head talking to you every day. You'll be very careful how you make. You think about your decisions before you make them. And you would make the right kind of decisions. But I'm going to discuss that in the other video before I get on with my day. So I'll catch up with you guys later. I'll press record again, and then you can listen to that one. So just stay tuned so that you're not having a really long video. Bye-bye.